Give me a moment. Uh, Welcome, everyone. It's a pleasure to be before you today. Another day, another interesting topic I'll be bringing forth to you. My name is Anthony Milton, for those who you do not know, but you should know. Just kidding. But I had intended to do another message on the pussification of the American male, and it was going to be my last particular message, because I'm going to end it and begin a new series, which I'm going to call Blackification. I'll explain that in the near future. And I thought about doing a movie review on the Black Panther, and I struggled with it, and I was putting down my notes and wondering, should I say anything about it? Because everyone has an opinion, everyone has their own story to tell. And then as I was writing my notes down, I received a phone call from a family member who told me that they had went to the movie and they saw the Black Panther, the Black Panther movie, and they liked the movie. I had went to the movie one day, about 6 o'clock, 7, nice, come outside, pouring down snow. I mean, right on top of the vehicle. I said, wow. But I enjoyed the movie, and I was surprised it was packed. I say I went in the middle of the week. Maybe I counted maybe 5%, 10 or 15 Black individuals. The majority was white, which didn't really bother me. And at the very end of the movie, people clapped, and that shocked me, and I walked out and thought about what I had seen. And now listen to my family member was telling me about what they experienced, what they saw. The line was wrapped around the building. As I listened to her, I felt that I should give my movie review. I was going to wait because I didn't want to spoil anything. I was going to do it next month. But then I thought about it because I've shared my insight with other people, and they really enjoyed it, and they never saw the movie in the way I'm going to present it to you. I got some notes. I'm going to try to stick to my notes so I won't be repeating myself, and I will refer to them, but I will be led to, if I go off subject, hope it stays together. So I want you to know that my movie review is going to be like moving scales off of your eyes or mine to cause you to think, to cause you to look at or review the movie in a different light if you buy the DVD or go back to watch the movie. So some people have seen the movie and some had not. You're going to be given a spiritual insight review that I perceive from the movie. I've watched other individuals gave their review, and I'll get into that as I get on to the message. You're going to hear things from what I'm going to say that make you go, oh yeah, I did saw it, but I didn't see it. It was right before your eyes. So the review should remove the scales from your eyes or mine for you to receive a spiritual insight that goes beyond emotional thinking or wants and how it should be, and so on. Some people need to see the unseen in the midst of the seen. Some individuals need to see the unseen in the midst of the unseen. There's a particular scripture in the Bible, 2 Kings 6:15 to 17, that ties into my review. Verse 15 was saying Elijah woke up, I'm going to paraphrase it, walk outside, looked and saw lots of horses and troops and chariots all over the place. Then his servant said, Master, what are we going to do? He cried, Elijah, what are we going to do? Elijah told him, so don't be afraid, because there are more outside than there is. Then Elijah prayed to the Lord and said, open the young man's eyes. And when he looked up, he saw the hillside around Elijah was filled with horses and chariots of fire. As the army advanced toward Elijah, prayed, O Lord, make them blind. So that the Lord struck them with blindness, as Elijah had said. What's my point? A lot of us are blinded by emotions, emotionalism, or what I think, feel, want, and believe, and what should happen, what's in it for me, and pointing the finger and blaming others for the lack of or whatever cause for that day. So they're blinded by the emotional scales on their eyes. They don't see beyond what they're seeing. So individuals need to begin to see with their spiritual eyes, not with their physical eyes of emotional, because they will blind them and they will not see. And those who do not see or refuse to see for whatever reason, the emotional scales will remain on their eyes. They will not see, they will not perceive, they will not understand, they'll be blinded. My point is, the movie has a message. A lot of it I have listened and watched and scanned the internet, researching and looking at and reviewing the comments, the criticism, yes, there are criticism, the complaints that people have said about the particular movies. I have not heard a review. It may be out there, I don't know. I have not heard a particular review that I'm going to be given. So I pray that my review, and I pray that the scales of emotionalism will be removed from your eyes and your ears, that you will hear what I'm saying. You will begin, if you saw the movie, you will think about it and be reminded of it and look at it from a different hindsight. And it should cause you to say, wow, I didn't see that in the movie, but it was there. So it's an unseen message that was in the movie. And those who have spiritual eyes saw it, and those who watched the movie, for whatever reason, missed it. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of hearing about racism. Before you get mad at me, or you may get mad at me even after you hear the truth. Yes, blacks had experienced a lot of things in slavery days: murder, rape, violence. Black females being raped and giving birth to from their slave owners, hanging, killing, shooting, torturing, whatever you can think of, whipping and beatings, and kids tossed into the ocean or the swamp or whatever, for whatever reason. You know, I've read a lot of stuff pertaining to Black history. So you read all that. Now, it is good to know your history. It is good to know what happened in the past. I'm not denying that. But then when you learn about what happened in the past, the next question you should ask yourself, what is next? What is next after you heard what happened in the past? There's only two conclusions to what is next. What is next is when you want to seek out revenge, retaliation, punish whomever for whatever happened in slavery day, and you was not even born. You may have been descendants of those slaves, but you have not been born. So the next choice is, should I learn from my history, learn from it, educate myself from it, and apply it to my own life, and then be in a position to help others? As I mentioned, My review, I'm going to lay a little foundation to move into my review. I could just came out and just rat off, other people comments and say what I saw and left. But I want to set a foundational base for you to follow. So what are we going to do? You can learn from the past, take what you learned from the past, apply it to your life, and see where it's going to take you. Or you can learn from the past and seek out revenge, and in doing so, you reap the consequences of your actions. This is for this particular segment. It's for those we who call ourselves Christians. We who call ourselves Christians, some Christians have never migrated, immigrate, or whatever you want to use, into the Word of God. Our thinking should be totally different from the world. If we have been told that when a foreigner comes to this country and want to be a citizen of the United States of America, they must study, 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 and at the very end, they must take a test, pass the test, raise their hand to follow the laws in this country. Apply that to your own life as being a Christian. A lot of Christians have not applied themselves to the Word of God. They pick and choose what they're going to do, what they're going to say. They cherry pick what they're going to do. They cherry pick what they're going to say. They act like, behave like they have given special permission to do whatever. Being a black male, when you speak the truth, to some, you're not one of us anymore. Your Uncle Tom, you use the N-word, you're the so-and-so helper, you're not down with the struggle because I don't speak and behave as the minority is speaking. So when you tell the truth, people don't like you. They refuse to accept the truth. So two things are going to happen. I wrote something I titled, "Stay on the Plantation That Benefits Me." What do I mean by that? If I can get you to stay on my plantation of ideas and belief, I have you. I can control you. When you start listening to other individuals and believe what they say, and especially they tell you the truth, you will leave the plantation. So it's like you escape from the plantation. So how can your slave master or slave owner get you back on the plantation of their belief? They whip you with lies and accusation. They cause you to run back and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Please forgive me." So they give you a little bit of crumbs and give you a little bit of truth and lies mixed together, and that keep you on the plantation of their belief, and they deceive you to let you think that it is your belief. So I want to cause you to think and begin to think that we who call ourselves Christian must refuse to justify our behaviors from this day forward. If you choose not to, that's fine. I have no power to make you do anything. But you're going to reap the consequences of your actions from your behavior of not doing the right thing. Christians should be the one to set example for other individuals to say, "Wow, I want to be like that person. I like how that person presents themselves. I like how that person expresses themselves. I feel and I perceive something different from that person." But sad to say, majority of the Christians that go to church, attend church whenever, is no different from the world. Well, who are you to say this, Anthony? I've been like that many, many years ago. Am I perfect? No, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm saying from my past history of what I went through and what I experienced, I have done the same thing in the past. So I can relate to what I have done, and you can relate to what you have done and what you're doing. We as Christians need to begin to wake up and say, "You know what? I'm tired of doing what I'm doing. I need to make a difference so I can set an example." So the day of justifying that I should hate my enemies, persecute my enemy, curse my enemy, do whatever is over. We as individuals should begin. Yes, I mentioned there's a past, there's a history, what we all experience as being from the black race. Yes, we know all these things happen, but how are we to behave as Christians individuals? What is required of us? We can't think one way and then what I think, feel, want, and believe, and this is what should happen, and bam, 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 bam. And on the other side, we kind of look the other way and not say anything and feel it's okay to have both. We can't have both. We're going to love one and hate one or do the other. We are to love our enemies, bless those who curse us, do good to those who hate us, and pray for those who speak evil of us, to us, and those who persecute us. Bless those who curse you, pray for them who spitefully use you, because vengeance, retaliation is not for us to do. We are required as Christians individuals to pray those who hurt us. History has revealed enemies, curses, hatred, anger, persecution, you can name it, over and over and over. But how are we to respond? Through vengeance, retaliation, I'm going to get them because what they've done to my ancestors, or I saw, I read, I see what I need to do to make a difference that someone can benefit from what I have done. Do not say this I should do to them as they have done to me. Do not say, I'm going to do what they have done to me. I'm going to do what they have done to my ancestors. When the time comes, I'm going to do what they have done to me because of my ancestors. That is wrong. That is seeking revenge. Yes, when you tell the truth, people are not going to like you when you tell the truth. When you point things out, people don't want to hear. People feel that even me, that I'm not equipped or knowledgeable or have experience or have a following, have no college degree behind my name. I'm just a average Joe, John Q. Public, want to be maybe or whatever. And who am I to listen to you? But those of you who have followed me or had followed me or read my material or things that I posted on Facebook, you got a feel on where I'm coming from. I read the many complaints and quotes that were said about the movie. Everyone has an opinion, and here are some reviews and complaints. Politics of Black Panther, one of the best superhero movie of the century. A joy to behold. Black Panther do not know what he wants to be. Do you know? Thor was not in the movie. Trying to do all things to all people. Did not beat enough bad guys. Movie is a rotten tomato. They should have added the white in the comic book character. It said that Black Panther had married a white female. So that white female was not in the movie Black Panther. Okay, it's a cartoon. It's a mythical character, a cartoon character. Okay, if they had to put Black Panther and his white woman as his wife in the movie, then you have more complaints and more this and more that, because people will be looking at the movie from the outside, what they think, feel, want, and believe, and be offensive that why couldn't it be a Black woman in the movie as his wife instead of the white female. But in the movie, I recall that I think he had a Black girlfriend, but I guess that wasn't good enough for them to even like that. Black Panther is a game changer. Disappointing. The movie sucks. Black Panther is a traitor. Black Panther has started people talking. We all have an opinion. The question you have to ask, where's your opinion coming from? Where's your opinion coming from? Hate, anger, love, resentment, revenge, or whatever you can think of at this moment. Where is your opinion coming from? And then we have some positive things about the movie. Thousands of people donating money to GoFund to give young people a chance to see the movie. Marketing consultant raised over $10,000 for the boys and girl clubs in Harlem to watch the movie. Comic book store raised $1,500 to send the Seattle kids to see the movie. Man raises more than $30,000 to help Harlem kids see the movie. Snoop Dogg and other people send Harlem kids to see the movie. Cavalry gave fundraising 300 kids to see the movie. Black Panther has taken the internet by storm, and a lot of celebrities are chipping in for the movie. A lot of individuals, of whomever, is chipping in for the movie, for kids to see the movie. And I tie that in. So I'm tired of seeing black males and females portraying black as drug addicts, alcoholic, stupid, violent, poor, coon, confrontational, slaves, prisoners, ghetto-ish, no dreams, no goals, murderers, thieves, thugs, drug dealing, wearing gold as bling, gold in the mouth, gold in the teeth, pimping women, females prostituting, souped up cars, no identity. They only identify themselves with bling around their neck, bling in their mouth, bling. Hello, Miss Stokes, bling, and everything. So I'm tired of hearing and tired of seeing black males and females portrayed in the movies as what I just mentioned. And let us not forget the actors, the singers in the music industry, black and females, booty shaking females in thongs, black males degrading their own race, using the N-word, the itches word, and everything you can think of to sell a record, and people do buy it. But it's degrading. Let another race use the N-word or the itches word. Then I heard someone told me, well, we own the N-word because we've been through the struggle, okay? Explain to me, how does owning the N-word help you and benefit you through the struggle? As I mentioned, when it comes to we as individuals, as being black, when a black person or black females decide to speak the truth, if you ever go or do a YouTube search or just do search, you see a lot of black females are standing up for their rights. Some of them are vigilantes, some of them are violent, some of them are liberals or whatever you want to call. But the majority of females is informing their race and their sisters how to behave, how to educate themselves. And you have less males doing that. So I admire a female, a black female, especially when they're out there doing all that they can do to provide for the children, because the guy who got them pregnant or the person who abandoned them is out there getting another woman pregnant, and the chain go on and on and on. And then when you and I know that the movie industry and the music industry are forming the minds of the young youth in the community. They are creating these kids to behave in a certain way. When we begin to speak up against this truth, the lies, the falsities of the almighty dollar, kids don't want to hear that. They want to hear how they can get rich quick. So when we as black individuals begin to think out of the box of emotionalism, the color of your skin does not define you. The character and the contents define you, not the color of your skin. Yeah, people can believe that. They can take it to their grave. That's their choice. But the color of your skin did not define you. It's the contents of your character, as we have been told, define the individual. Yes, we have a past. Yes, we have a history. Yes, people done a lot to our ancestors. But as I mentioned, what are you going to do are you going to seek revenge, retaliation, or take what you learn and begin to apply it to your life? So some kids been raised by a single parent, and some parents may have taught them how to behave, how to communicate, how to handle themselves, what not to accept, what to reject. And some kids just have never been taught these things. And so their mind has been shaped by the homies in the hood, the people on the street, what they think is normal. They begin to accept it. And then when you or I start speaking the truth to help them, to educate them, you're not one of us anymore. You have become an Al-Qatar. So some kids, you ask the child, what do you want to be? Football player, basketball player. I want to rap. Very few will say a doctor, lawyer, or some professional skill where they help in the community, where they recognize their talent. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a business owner. They don't say that. They say, well, I want to get these quick money type profession jobs. And some have even result to selling drugs. And the result of their action, what happened? They get killed, get shot, get injured. Their family member get injured, property gets stolen from them. They go to jail, they go to prison for the rest of their life, and they're representing someone in jail for 1 to 5, 10 to 20, or in life. How are you representing? And those same individuals out there who you say was your homie and your brothers and whatever, how many times they have come visit you? Ask yourself that. So I was thinking about the Black Panther movie. Because when I go to a movie, I like to see, what is this movie telling me? I don't go just to go. I want to go and say, what is it telling me? Why are they showing this movie? And I thought about it. The wave, I wrote down some notes. I predict it can happen that as singers, people that's in the music industry, begin to sing songs, uplifting songs, encouraging songs, inspiring songs, songs where it doesn't degrade the women, it doesn't degrade the Black race, it doesn't use the N-word and whatever word and the cuss word and profanity and the female jiggling butt and all this other kind of stuff in their music. I predict that it will be a new wave, a new change in the Black community, in the Black thinking. It can happen. Nothing is impossible. So when I watched the movie and I was thinking about how it touched me, compare what I said already about what people have said about the movie, the negativeness, the positive, the encouraging and support. And I began to think about the movie. And these are I picked certain things out of the movie to tie it into what I call the spiritual side, the spiritual insight of the particular movie. When you go to the movie and you sit down and you sit there and you eat your popcorn, you drink your thing, and you play with your phone and whatever, you sit there and you watch and turn the reviews and watching and the movie is played, and you look at it and you're thinking of it, what mind are you watching the movie with? If you're watching the movie based on what you think, feel, want, and believe, and what should happen based on your experience and based on history and whatever, then what's going to happen? You're going to miss the unseen message in the movie. The movie has a message. If you recognize it, it can also help you. When the movie started, like I said, the movie came, it was talking about a meteorite, came out and hit Africa. When it hit Africa, they are found, let me see, vibranium. You and I, as individuals, need to be hit with the truth to open our mind. You and I need to be hit with the truth to open our minds to receive the enlightenment, the vibranium coming down, the truth coming down, and hit you to give you understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. We must begin to examine the truth and receive understanding about ourselves and our ability. Then, as the movie got in, it showed about they had technology. This young girl, she was a genius. I consider a genius. She was had created all these inventions, but pride rose up in the Rwanda people because they decided that they were going to keep all this stuff for themselves and don't worry about people outside, even though they had the ability to help them. But they didn't want nothing to do with the outside world. They wanted to take care of themselves. So pride was in the midst of the people and those who was in power. They did not want to share. They did not want to give their knowledge of healing and electronics and whatever to people. Then you had the person called Killmonger that was revealed. He liked to kill, and they tell us the reason why he was killing people. Then I thought about the Killmonger character, and he took his shirt off. He had all these little circles on his body, like, you know, maybe pegs or bumps, or if you want to call them bumps or scales, and each one of them representing a kill. You and I are wearing the same thing. You and I, our thoughts are killing us. The thought that we think as Black individuals are killing us. Someone told me we are oppressing ourselves more than those who we think who have oppressed us. We have oppressed ourselves with the thoughts that we think. And every thought that we think is our own bump on our outside skin. And the more we have of those bumps, we begin to hate the other race. We begin to seek out revenge, and through anger and frustration, we want to retaliate. We want them to pay. We want to do whatever it takes to revenge our ancestors. So those bumps or knots or whatever you want to call it that was on his flesh represent the thoughts that we think in our mind of revenge and retaliation to who I'm going to hurt and harm today. And so that's what I got from the character of the Killmonger type person. We as individuals need to begin to wake up. Then we had Killmonger and T'Challa was fighting. They played the ritual, and he had to release himself from the Black Panther. They poured something in his mouth, and he became a normal person. He had to fight, and then if he won, then he gave him back the drink, and he became the Black Panther. So he could not fight the person in the strength of the Black Panther. He had to fight the person, just a natural person. You and I must begin to fight our own thoughts that we are thinking. Look at the Killmonger character as your thought deceiving you, trying to get you to do the wrong thing, deceiving you to try to make you think that you're nothing, you're worthless, you're useless, you have no history, you have no past, you just here existing for whatever and whomever want to use you as an individual for their purpose and throw you away. We all have our own Killmonger on our backs, on our skin of negative thoughts. It's constantly pussing or oozing out thoughts of revenge and retaliation, and that must stop. And then when they begin to fight one another, and the thoughts, Killmonger represent the negative thoughts, fought the righteous thought in T'Challa. The thoughts did win and throw the Black Panther off into the water. You and I are going to have a lot of spiritual battles within our own mind to do the right thing. And how do we know who won? By our own behavior and the things that we said about the things that we do will reveal who won the fight. So we must begin to fight our own Killmonger of thoughts within ourselves and resist. And then Killmonger decided to exterminate the purple little plants in the thing, because he had became the king, and he was an evil king. And one person of the 5 African tribes decided to join him, because they were going to take everything that Rwanda possessed, technology and weapon, to go out spread out across the world and exact revenge on those people that Killmonger felt that oppressed the Black race. So the movie did have the things that Killmonger said reminded me of Black History Month, because the movie did come in Black History Month, but it reminded me of certain things that did happen in slavery days. So the movie did focus on history pertaining to the Black race. And then as they got into the movie, he wanted to exact revenge on those people that he felt that oppressed the black race with the weapons and all that Rwanda had on the people. He was sending out the ships all over the place, and one person decided to join him to be a part of this gathering to take over. And I mentioned to you, when it comes to that, he wanted revenge to use the power of the Rwanda to oppress the people. I gave the scripture, Matthew 5:20, Matthew 5:44, and it says, let's see, I just had it. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless those that curse you, do good to those that hate you, and pray for those who speak evil about you and persecute you. Bless those who curse and those who spitefully use you, and vengeance is mine. So we, as Christians, if we not following if we are not following these biblical principles, then we are just like a killmonger. We want to seek out revenge. Yeah, you can say, yeah, they did this to my family member. Yeah, they did this to our people back in the day. But who are you? Who called you to be judge and jury to exact revenge on the individuals who you think, because of the color of their skin, punish the black race? You are not judge and jury. You should let the Almighty, as God as you know him, to do this act of vengeance. We must struggle with Killmonger. Killmonger and Shatala was fighting. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They're fighting to see who be king. You and I must fight within ourselves to do the right thing. Good and evil fighting one another to do the right thing. Those individuals was fighting to see who's going to rule Rwanda. We, as Christians, we as individuals, even the average person on the street that doesn't even go to church, we must find and begin to fight our own thoughts within ourselves to see who's going to rule through us. Is I'm going to have a negative behavior to seek out revenge on those people, whomever we call those people. I'm going to have a war within my mind to do the right thing and not to follow the other crowd, even join other people. When the other man, the other King John Killmonger, to fight the Black Panther and also go out into the world and destroy those people who oppress the black race, I looked at it as we have our own enemy of same color will join us for a cause. We have friends and family members will agree with our cause, even though it's wrong from those who are looking beyond. Our family members, our friends will join us for a cause because they see what they think, feel, want, and believe, and what they can get in it. How you doing, Magga? So we as individuals need to understand that we have our own struggle within ourselves. Yes, they're going to be a winner. So when one of these characters, John Killmonger, it's like your friend decide to join you, your homeboy, your whomever, and so let's go out and punish the people who punish our ancestors. Then you have the witchcraft, the people going into burying Killmonger and the Black Panther in the dirt, and they went to the other side and they came up and they couldn't breathe and whatever. And we know that's witchcraft. And one of them said, we know today, you should know, that witchcraft is still practiced in Hades or in Africa, maybe to the degree that we saw in the movie, maybe, I don't know, but witchcraft is practiced. You and I practice a form of witchcraft. How's that, Anthony? When you are praying for people who you have no authority to pray for. If you've got a daughter or son, you have authority to pray for them. You don't pray for your neighbor children because you have no authority to pray for them if they're next door. Your husband or your wife don't want to go to church and you throw something in their shoes to get them to go to church. You are praying your will on that person. That person may not want to go to church. So we do all kinds of witchcraft. Witchcraft is meaning controlling of the person who we have no authority over. alcohol or drug user or someone who lives in a certain lifestyle do not want to quit their lifestyle, especially if it's a family member, and you go into your own closet because the Bible says you should pray for everyone, they did not ask you to pray for them, and you praising your will on them, and you have set yourself as being your God. So you and I, so Killmonger and Shatala was buried under the earth. You and I are buried under our thoughts. We must come up from our self-imposed thought of oppression that's oppressing us. We can say the white race is oppressing me because history has shown me that. We have white people today oppressing the black race today. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but what are you going to do if you know that's going on? What are you going to do? Are you going to seek revenge like the Killmonger character? Are you going to find within yourself your true purpose in life and say, what I'm going to do about it? How can I make it right? How can I make it right? I know I'm supposed to pray for them who persecute me, those who spitefully use me, bless them, do whatever it takes to don't let my enemy cause me to do something that I should not be doing. And that's why I got from the movie, it's like it was a mirror to me in the movie. Yes, it had history, yet it had black history in it, but it had another meaning in the movie. We as black individuals must begin to realize that we are somebody. We are not, I look at the movie and take it from this way. We are black individuals who have a purpose, a calling in life. We are not a group or race of people that have no vision, have no goals, have no dreams. We just own the earth for people to use us, to punch us around and do whatever they want to do with us. We are black. So when I thought about the movie, I was saying the movie, this is the first movie that I can recall that before it even hit the theater, sold out tickets, set records all over the place. Before it even was in the theater. That is a win. To me, I look at it as a spiritual win, a spiritual enlightenment. Like, why is this movie? Yes, there have been other movies that came out before Black Panther, maybe black individual played in it. But did it have the spirit of change with it? Yes, there was majority black people in the movie. You can have the opposite. A lot of white people in the movie and one black person, being a waitress or waiter in the movie, excuse me, which is true. But the movie had a message, a spiritual meaning behind the movie. And I got from the movie, from those of you, black or white or whomever, it can apply to you. But specifically, the young black African males, where I read to you where ministers, movie stars, celebrities, the average person on the street is raising money to send black youth to look at a black superhero. They've never done that to see a booty-shaking woman or a drug dealer or a thug or a gangster or murder type shows, because I don't like them, and a lot of people don't like those shows, and a lot of people do go to them. A lot of people buy the records where they degrade their black race. But I look at the movie Black Panther from a spiritual eyesight that I read when I gave that particular scripture when Elijah went out on the porch and he saw the chariot and the horses and all the men, and his servants said, he was afraid. He said, no, pray to God and say, see, let my servant see what I see. And he saw what Elijah saw, and he had peace. So when individuals go see the movie Black Panther, they go with what I think, feel, want, and believe in what should happen and what they've done to me. I looked at the movie as, spiritually speaking, the Killmonger character. We all have a Killmonger in us to a certain degree. We may not admit it, we may not like it, but we do. Push the right button, like I call it little buttons, if you want to call it that, on his skin. Then we flip the script and we quit to say. So I look at it as, we are being told in the movie that the black race has potential. In the movie, we are someone. We can reach our potential if we take our eyes off of revenge, anger, frustration, and what they've done to me, and recognize that we have the talent. Forget about the pride. Forget about staying to your own little Yawanda island state, city, or whatever, and begin to say, when you look in the mirror, recognize that you have a purpose, you have a calling, you can do something with your life. The movie is simply saying, those who have eyes, oh, I like the movie, I hate the movie that I share. People don't like the movie for whatever reason. That's their opinion, whatever. But I'm taking you beyond what you see on the screen. We as individuals, as the Black race, need to begin to wake up and say, I want this understanding about me. I want the wisdom. I want an awakening within me. I'm going to deny my pride, begin to seek what is my purpose, because I saw myself in this movie. I am somebody, whether it's a fictional character or a fictional city or fictional, like someone mentioned about, oh, it's a cartoon character and this is a fictional place, that place doesn't exist. Yeah, it's a movie. But what was the hidden message in the movie to the Black race? That you are somebody, you're not some stupid, ignorant person that has no purpose in life. You can be you can sell your drug, you can be a gangster, you could be a gangbanger, you can do all these things that you have allowed yourself, that you yourself have shackled yourself, you have put yourself into your own slave ship. You have allowed in your mind, you have allowed yourself to be shackled with your own mental thoughts. You shackle your feet. You're whipping yourself with your own lies. You're whipping yourself with deceit. You are beating your own self as though your slave and your ancestor have experienced the same thing. I say it again. You have become your own very own oppressor. You're whipping yourself with lies. You're whipping yourself with seduction. You're whipping yourself that you do not amount to anything. And the movie was simply showing all of us that had eyes to see it, that you can be somebody if you simply look in the mirror of self and say, I'm going to allow myself to be free from what I be free. And then at the getting close to it, they had the big fight. T'Challa was got back on his feet. Through them, his mom went to look for him, and they was doing some things, and he got his power back, and he went back, and they was fighting Killmonger, and they had to fight. They was fighting on some looked like a train track or whatever, and he killed Killmonger, and he had his sword, and he was saying, my father wanted to bring me here because it was a beautiful place. And they went up, and they looked, and he said, well, we can heal you. And he said, no, something to the effect that he don't want to be enslaved. He want to die. And then I saw a quote before I came over to say that, it's better to, paraphrasing, that the slave felt it's better to throw themselves overboard than to put themselves in bondage. Yes, we can say that is bad, but we not them. They only did what they thought, and they threw themselves overboard, and some people went into slavery and bondage. So it has a pro and it has a negative message in there. But the point I want you to understand is that we, as a Black race of people, we have oppressed our own self with self-talk, and our very own enemy that's whipping us with lies, causing us to be shackled, is the same individuals of the same skin color. When they represent us on the movie screen, represent us in their music, what are they saying about us? That we are no good, stupid, ignorant, can't think for ourselves, no intelligent, got to get the government to be the wife, the daughter, husband, boyfriend. We can't provide for nothing. We cannot provide anything because of the color of our skin. The movie is saying to all of us, you have a God-given ability, you have a God-given talent. Begin to reach into your own mental thoughts of the Killmonger thoughts that you are experiencing on a daily basis. Tomorrow, 5 minutes from now, whenever you listen to this message, if you walk away and don't believe anything I said, then that's fine. But I'm speaking the truth. The time has come. And I was thinking this morning, I say, a new wind is coming. A new wind of understanding going to blow through this country. People are going to see it and experience it when it comes. Those who refuse to see it because they are blinded by their killmonger thoughts of I want to revenge my ancestors because what they did to me, I refuse to do this. I refuse to pray for them. I refuse to do anything that's required of me. We are saying to the killmonger thoughts that make me do this. I would do this to seek revenge. We as individuals must believe that we have a purpose in life. You should walk away from the movie and say to yourself, when I walk out of the movie, I felt good about myself. Have I not felt good about myself before? No. I felt good that when I was thinking about the movie, that it gave me inspiration. I said, thank you. A movie finally came out. And why did I say it was a win? Because what happened before the movie got into the theater? What happened before the movie got into the theater? A lot of things happened. You see, hello, Sharon, Magna, Anthony, and Tiffany. A lot of things happened in the movie. And when I walk out the theater, I felt good about the movie. I read things about the movie, and I said, wow, okay, that's the opinion. I read hatred about the movie, that's the opinion. I read a lot of things about the movie, and that's the opinion. But I did not read and had not, it might be out there, I don't know. I had not read or heard anything about the movie that what I'm sharing today with you. We as Black individuals must begin that we can be more than football player or rapper or someone who's shaking their booty, someone who's dressing. We are thugs, we are this, we are that. We can be more than that. Begin to wake up. And then when I thought about it, it said, I have several quotes. I had never seen anything like this. That was one of the quotes in the movie. You and I have never seen anything like this happen with any given movie. Yes, there was Black movies in the past and didn't even do as well as this one. So what does that tell you? There's a win behind this movie. The movie has set records. I've read something to say in Atlanta, the movie brought in $89 million into the community or whatever. I said, wow, the movie has a spiritual win of wisdom, understanding, and knowledge behind it. Those who see it will ride the wind. Those who do not will remain back in what I call the killmonger thoughts. How much are you hiding? These are quotes I'm reading. How much are you hiding? How much are you hiding within yourself? Are you so prideful that you don't want to reveal? It's like a child may be smart in school and can make A's and be the best student they can be, but when they get around their friends in the neighborhood, they act like they're stupid or ignorant or don't know anything because they want to belong to that group and that clique. So how much you and I are hiding our potential, how much potential that we have within ourselves, and we want to keep it to ourselves because it benefits us, and we don't want to go out into the world like the Yawanda stayed within their own little self, and they didn't want the people they didn't want to share. They didn't want the other people to come in to enjoy what they was enjoying. And then it said, we are home. There was home. Where's home for you and I today? Our home represent in the truth, not lies. Our home is not in lies. Our home is, I can be something. You can say yourself as a physical body. You are home within yourself. Where are you today? Where are you today in your thinking? Are you thinking with the mind that should bring wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and creativity in the lives of other individuals? Are you home in the killmonger way? I'm going to get them. I'm going to do what it takes to punish them and do whatever it may take. And then to say, show me my respect and bow down. You have individuals today, like it or not, they may not believe it, but they're actually telling you and I, bow down to me because who I am. I got a college degree behind my name. I got this behind my name. I'm got this because I got the money. I got this. I got a property. Bow down to me. I got what I have. You get what you have. I'm not going to share. Bow down to me in your thinking. You don't have to bow down, take a knee to represent, to stand, but you can bow down in your thinking. Bow down in your thinking by not doing nothing. Bow down in your thinking because you have oppressed yourself, as I mentioned earlier. And then the quote was, you can decide what kind of king you're going to be. You can decide what kind of king you are going to be. You can decide what kind of person you're going to be. Are you going to be the killmonger person with all the bumps of thoughts all over your body, and you just take a pen, bust one, and then you behave in that way? Are you going to be a killmonger in your thoughts to do the things that you should not be doing? Are you going to be an individual say, I'm not going to seek out revenge? I can be somebody because I have been told that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. I must find my creativity within me and become that. If I cannot rap, if I cannot play sports, if I cannot play football or basketball, then I know that I have a God-given talent that I must reach deep inside myself and bring out from my killmonger of thoughts, my self-imposed Rwanda place, and go out into the society and world and let them enjoy the fruits of my labor, the fruits of my intelligence, the fruit of whatever I'm giving the community to help them, that I'm not going to allow myself to be self-imposed. I'm recognizing, because he was struggling with what kind of king he should be. You and I must struggle within ourselves. What kind of person we going to be? Are you going to be killed because you're a drug dealer or selling dope and people forget you? Are you going to be a person that did something in the community that people can benefit from? The time has come that we must take our eyes off ourselves and begin to do what needs to be done, because if everybody would think beyond themselves, the community and the Black community would not be the way they are today. People keep their mouth closed, they zip their lip, they say it doesn't bother me, but yet when it affects them, then they want help, then they want this, and it's wrong. So what kind of person you are going to be? And the lady said, don't freeze. He said, I never freeze. You and I freeze all the time. We should do the right thing, and we don't do the right thing because we think about what's in it for me. You and I freeze. And then the other one was, the revolution will not be televised. The revolution within yourself, you and I must experience a continual revolution within ourselves. Revolution by changing the way we think about other people. The time has come that it's not about what they have done to me and my ancestors. The time has come. Are there going to be a revolution within your mind, a new change, following the wind, to begin to touch the lives of other people? One person can make a difference. Read, do your homework, and you see what happened prior to that movie hit the theater. It had never happened before. The revolution. And then this thing said, we own you. Another quote, we own you. We own you. Who own you? We say, oh, it's the white man own me. Really? You own yourself. You own yourself with the killmonger of thoughts that you have allowed yourself to put yourself in your own mental slave ship. You are one guiding I'm going to use the slave ship as your body. You allowing the killmonger thought roll your slave ship body through the world, complaining about them, not looking at what you need to do about self. You have become your own worst oppressor. You have shackled yourself with legs, iron, and mental. You let yourself out on good behavior. You enjoy the fruits of your freedom, and you come back. So you are your worst oppressor. You own yourself. I don't own you. I can't make you do anything. And then he goes he said, I waited my entire life for this. You and I have been waiting for the win that we see behind the movie. You and I have waited long time to see a movie in such a way that it will cause a change. It's going to cause a change in a lot of individuals. They may not like it. They may not. I call it planting the seeds. People need to begin to wake up and say, this is what I'm going to do. I want to cause a change. And then it was a scene where he was thinking about his father. And I'm going to say he was wondering about what he should be, what kind of king he'd been, and his father, groom, and whatever. You and I need to begin to let things go. Let your husband, your wife, or your divorce, or whatever, let things go, because the very thing that you're holding on to has become your mental shackle. It has enslaved you, and you can't be free. Then he said the world is going to start over. The world is going to start over. The world, the things in individuals' mind, people are going to begin to think differently. Behavior is going to start changing in individuals. One person at a time can make a difference. So you can say world is going to start over. But he had a hatred that he wanted to burn. So you have people, when I read the quotes, the negative things about the movie, there are people out there that don't like the movie for whatever reason. That's their opinion. They can't stand the movie. That's their opinion. So they can do everything to destroy what the movie is actually standing for. But they're looking at it as what they think, feel, want, and believe from the outside and not from within. So they're going to do whatever it takes. Then you say, whatever happens now determine what is going to happen to the rest of the world. Whatever happens now within your thinking going to determine what is going to happen in the rest of the world. One person, look at history, look at the black trailblazers who stood for a purpose, and one person did something and it caused and affected the world. Stand on the back of the bus, the water fountain. Look at black history. Those individuals stood for a common cause, and what happened? We are experiencing the fruit of their labor even today, but what they have done based on their actions. We are experiencing it right now. Some individuals refuse to experience it because they're still in their killmonger mindset and won't let go. Then they say you won't be able to stay home, brother. You won't be able to turn on, play, and drop out. No, when your thinking begins to change, you're going to move yourself off your own self-imposed plantation of thinking. You're going to become, just imagine a world where a group of individuals have decided that enough is enough. Enough is enough. I want to make a difference. And then when they decide to make a difference, they touch the lives of other individuals. They escape from their plantation ship. They refuse to throw themselves overboard, not realizing that they can make a difference in the lives of others. We must begin to not be selfish with what we have. We must begin to use the knowledge or seek out the knowledge that is required of us. And they said the revolution will be live. I touch on that. He said, I'm the only one, it was a quote, so I'm the only one to see it and gotten out alive. The white person was saying, and I'm the only one. He said, I was the only one to see Rwanda and I gotten out alive. When you and I went to see the movie, or those who will go see the movie, you and I did walk out the movie alive. But in our own thinking, you and I, did you see yourself in the Rwanda setting where you can be something in your own life? Did you see that you have the ability to bring forth technology? You know, I've read things on the internet where teenagers of young age invent something to communicate, invent apps. I read somewhere a black female and her brother, he wrote a code where they developed some type of app. I forgot what it's for. But you see, when we as individuals begin to seek and look within ourselves with the help of the God who we know God to be, then we will be given ideas that be a blessing for other people because we have taken ourselves off our own plantation idea and belief. So the world is indeed changing. And they say, I can see you. Can you really see the truth? Can you see you? Can you see you? Not me. Can you see yourself? Can you see yourself in the movie? Are you a killmonger person? Hatred, anger, revenge, what they done to my ancestors back then. I want to pay, I want to steal, I want to deceive, I want to take all the resources of this imaginary Rwanda place and then go out into the world and destroy everybody who did something to me. That is not good. Those are two kind of thoughts. We can justify it, and by being, like I mentioned, when we speak the truth, then I guess I'm not black today because I'm saying something that some people don't like to hear. When we begin to speak the truth, and then the person say, that some will be conquerors and some will conquer. You and I, in our own individual person, we have a conqueror that seeks to destroy self. And we have a winner who will rejoice. Are you going to fall for the killmonger thoughts to conquer you, and you become the victim, and then you blame other people because you have decided to accept your slave mentality thoughts that is the other person that causing you not to work, causing you to say, well, I don't want to work to the McDonald's, only pay so many dollars an hour. I can go out and sell the dollars. I can get the money. I can sell the dope, because you start comparing yourself to the other drug dealers or people in the neighborhood, the car, the bling around their neck, the gold in their teeth, the earrings, the tennis shoes. You started identifying yourself with physical things, and that is not. Nowhere in the movie that I saw where they were saying they represent black by wearing a bling around their neck, or the tennis shoes, or they got to get a souped up car, or they got to get an iPhone or whatever to wear a certain type of clothes to identify ourselves. We as black individuals must begin that we must not identify ourselves with physical things. Identify yourself with the character within you. What are you capable of doing? Don't say I want to rap when you can't rap. Don't say you want to play a sport when you can't sport. Recognize your true gift. And when you recognize your true gift, train, learn, educate yourself, and then be put in a position to help yourself, and then you can go out there and help other people. Step into the spotlight. When I'm saying what I'm saying to you today, I stepped into the spotlight. When you begin to start thinking different about self and do what needs to be done, you have stepped into the spotlight, and everybody's going to be looking at you and listening to what you have to say. Some going to receive it, some going to reject it. And when some people think about stepping into the spotlight, they refuse to step in the spotlight to use their gift because they don't want any trouble. They don't want to be noticed. They want to keep everything under the rug. They want to just live a normal, quiet life and still complain about no change. They have the potential, they have the information, they have the knowledge, they have the gift, they have the talent to help those who are in need, who crying out from out of the land of the spiritual Rwanda, and they are crying out, say, help me, help me, help me. And you have the tools and the means and the resources, and you won't help them because you're afraid to come into the spotlight. Then the king says, you are a good man with a good heart. It's hard for a good man to be a king. When you think about it, it is hard at times to do the right thing, but you can do the right thing. You must decide, what are you going to be? Are you going to be a killmonger within yourself, self-imposed slave ship mentality, mental shackles of thoughts that prohibits you walk in your true calling? The movie is a good movie. I enjoyed it. I recommend those who have not seen it, go see it. I recommend those who have saw it, think about my review. I shared it with a family member, and I was sharing with them, and they say, Anthony, you're right. I'm sitting right in front of the movie, watching the movie playing before my eyes, and I didn't see what you shared with me about the movie. And it uplifted them, and they began to look at the movie totally different from what I think, feel, want, and believe, and what should happen and how it should be made, and miss the spiritual application that what the movie is centered. The theme of the movie is black males and females. You are not a useless person living and breathing on this earth with no purpose in life, no common cause, no dreams, no goals. You are a person that if you begin to believe that you can make a difference, the wind, I keep saying it, the wind has begun with the movie. And what happened when the wind blows? It takes a lot of stuff with it, and then it settles on the other side, and you say, wow, where'd that come from? Because the wind blows the waste and the debris away from whatever. There's a wind that's blowing, going to blow to those who want to hear and receive a new understanding of wisdom, knowledge, inspire, being encouraged, and that we're going to take them and elevate their thoughts, and that they're going to make a difference not only in their lives, they're going to make a difference in other people's lives. And those who refuse going to be like a killmonger, saying, I'm going to take what you have and use it to apply to my plan to exact vengeance. So if you like what you heard, share it, comment, share it with your friends, because I'm quite sure they're going to be like, what? I didn't see the movie in that way. The movie is simply saying to you and I, as a black male and female, that you are somebody. You have a history. Do your homework. You can be someone regardless of your thinking, regardless of who tell you can't. Your own enemy at times are wearing the same skin that you're wearing. Don't be deceived. Be mindful. Examine who's supposed to be your friend, and reject every killmonger thought that come to you. If I decide to do a part 2, I'll let you know, but I think I'll cover it unless I remember those particular things. I'm going to get the DVD when it come out, and even buy the movie, and then look at it again and see if something I miss, or maybe I may get another insight, to add to this right here. So thank those of you who have joined, Sharon, Maggie, Anthony, and Tiffany. It's a pleasure to share what I saw in the movie. And if you like what you said, you can share it with other people. Thank you for joining.